All right, man.
All right, man.
We are back.
Podski.
What's up, everybody? So, as you may be able to tell, this is a new setting. This is a new person, okay? We've just entered a new time of our lives. So, welcome back to another episode of Granted. We have officially been in Tennessee for almost a month now.
Basically,
4 weeks. And I'm here with one of my new friends, Rishab. He's the man.
Yes, sir.
His drip is unmatched. His spirit is unmatched.
Yes, sir.
Just a great guy overall. I'll let him introduce himself, but go ahead, Rishab.
Yeah, my name's Rishab and I, better known as Rish. Yeah, my major is entrepreneurship. I love music, fashion, as you can tell, and yeah, it's my buddy Grant.
Absolutely,
Let's
go,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Happy to have you here. I actually haven't called you Rish once.
Mm-mm.
Do you fuck with that more?
Yeah, Rish. Yeah, okay. A lot of people don't know how to finish Rishab, so I just shortened it.
Yeah,
and Rish,
I've been saying it wrong. Probably
it's all good, bro.
Rishab.
Yeah, but Rish is stuck.
Rish.
They've been calling me Rish since high school. So
that's your nickname?
Yes, sir.
Do they have any other nicknames for you?
Nah, those were like
the
lower school days. You don't need to get into that.
Absolutely, man.
Yes, sir.
Well, just for the people, it's been 3 weeks since I've been here.
Yeah.
For everyone that's going into college, you'll find out it's very busy. Like immediately once you get here, you have stuff to do, people to meet. So, I mean, no excuses. I should have put out an episode long before now, but for all the new people, this podcast will probably be just covering a lot of different things, sports, lifestyle, school, everything that you need to know about college and the college lifestyle. I've got you. He's got you covered.
Yes, sir. We got it.
We're recording right behind Neyland Stadium right now, which is the football stadium for Tennessee. But, yeah, I'm sorry it took so long to put something out, but here we are, first episode in Tennessee. We're going to get right into it. But
yes, sir.
First of all, one thing I was noticing before, and I always tell Rich this, his fits are insane. The shit he puts on the daily is immaculate. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, tell us what you got going on right now.
Right now, you know what I'm saying? We can start from the top. We got the, this vintage Faith shirt, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Jean shorts. I cut jeans to make jean shorts. And new pickups, some New Balances,
Love the New Balances. But then this really stuck out to me.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. So, before we get into the rundown of my fashion history, I do model a lot. So, I've been involved in a lot of fashion weeks and modeling, and it's kind of.
What type of watch you got on?
Oh, we go. Hey, it's a little Rolex,
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Just calm, humbly.
Beautiful.
Calm, humbly. You know what I'm saying? But,
beautiful watch.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, let's get right into it, man. So, my first question for you. Oh, well, college is a lot about first impressions, right?
Yeah, facts.
Everyone talks about how you meet new people all the time, and I didn't really believe it. Like, I didn't really contemplate how many people I was really going to meet until you start, you have classes with different people every day. So, first impressions are big.
Right.
You got to present yourself in a way that, well, everyone's looking for friends, so you kind of just got to present yourself in a friendly manner and a respectful manner, but I'm kind of curious what your first impression of me was when we met. Tell them a little bit how we met and just like.
Fun fact, Grant was like my first official locked in friend, for real. And like me back in high school, humbly, I was like the man and stuff. So it was like coming to college, even if you're popular or not, it's humbling. It's like so it's like I was struggling really to make friends, struggling to, be myself in a setting like this. And boom, I got to my third class of the day being geology, and I didn't know where to sit. And I just saw the man, and he was welcoming right away. He dapped me up, and a lot of people are contained to themselves, and they don't want to branch out. And that's what I'm struggling with here. But Grant was my first locked in friend.
My boy.
We've been locked in since then.
Absolutely.
So, and we bonded on the whole social media thing. That's what I want to do with my career too. I've been wanting to do YouTube and streaming and all those things, and it's always been my passion since I was a kid. And we bonded over that. So
yeah, that was on the first day, right? That we talked about social media.
First day, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. So he sat down next to me, and obviously the first thing I noticed is how he's presenting himself. The first impression, which is he's got more drip on than anyone else in the class. It's a lecture of 100+ people.
Thanks.
And bro's just drip too hard, don't stand too close. So immediately off that, I was like, okay, this kid has something to him. And then when you opened your computer screen,
Mm-hmm.
it was a picture of KSI. So
Oh,
a lot of
man.
you probably don't know who KSI is. KSI is he's a YouTube creator from I don't know what
England.
area of England, but
Yeah.
from England, and he runs the scene in England. Like
He does.
he has millions of subscribers and everything like that. So
That was actually what we first
that's
bonded
what I'm
on.
saying.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, like we have something in common that we both like.
Yeah.
And then I asked you about the Sidemen, which was KSI is part of that group called the Sidemen, and they have a ton of they just really just
They
do
just
shit
run
for
things.
fun.
They just run things, really.
They do like hide and seek, and then they get millions of views off it
Views, man.
and make money off it. So that was the first thing that actually like
Yeah.
Connected us in a way.
They were a lot of people's childhoods for sure.
But I wanted to touch on, like, you said you were kind of struggling to connect with people, but I feel like you're such a outgoing, unique person. You know, what do you think it is that why do you think you struggle to be yourself?
Right. So
in this setting,
really for me, I'm not much of a drinker or smoker at all. I stay away from those things. And get into an SEC school like this.
Yeah.
A lot of people like going out. A lot of people like drinking and partying. And like some people see you as not cool if you don't do those things. And that you might have heard of that before. But
yeah,
it's like honestly just being myself. I hate like changing my personality to fit in with other people. I used to do that back in like high school and stuff, like try to fit in, and like I realized like you gotta love yourself before you love anyone else.
absolutely.
So yeah, it's been a little bit hard to fit in, but I'm okay with that. I found Grant, and we're like bro, and then I found a bunch of good group of guys, and it's only been like 3-4 weeks anyway, so it's not that crazy, but yeah, so just not in the whole partying thing.
Yeah.
I love having fun, but like I'm not into the drinking.
Not in that way.
Not in that way.
That makes sense. Yeah. One other thing before we go into another topic. Let me make sure that we're recording.
Yeah.
Because I think I clicked the button.
Okay.
We're gonna find.
That
would be ass. Yeah, we're going.
Okay.
We're going.
Okay.
Apologies. Just trying to make sure we get all the good stuff.
Facts.
But I am the exact same way. We've never even talked about that before, so it's interesting that you bring that up.
Mm-hmm.
I never drank much until this summer. So this summer was not like I had never had a drink until this summer. That's how I'll preface it. And it's very. I've talked about it before. It's very hard because you're going to have a lot of peer pressure to do it.
Facts.
And that's how everybody has their fun. Facts. Normally involves alcohol. So I'm glad that you're one of the people that doesn't need that.
Yeah.
I definitely don't judge people based on if they do or don't.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of cool people still do choose to go out and all that stuff. But
yeah,
I think you think the lack of drinking makes it hard to be yourself, or what's the connection there in between the two?
What I've seen really is a lot of freshmen think college that's all it's about.
Yeah.
Like they come here ready to drink, ready to go party.
Yeah.
And ready. And my view of things, like it's your life. You only live it once.
Yeah.
Like your body is, feel me? And if you're if you're destroying it at such a young age,
you ain't gonna have much life to live after the end of it.
And like you don't need to drink or smoke to be cool. You can be cool. You can be fun to be around. But honestly, you have to be yourself. You can't try to be someone else to fit in, because that will never work.
Right.
If they love you for who you are, then them your people.
Yeah. It's definitely hard though, because
it is.
When you come into a school like this school has like 40,000 kids.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, I'm sure your parents said like you just got to be yourself. It's harder than it seems to do that, because
100%.
The other thing that I do is like you want to be cool with everybody.
Yeah.
And that's not realistic.
Yeah.
But if you start changing who you are,
facts.
Well, now you have to keep up with this false identity of who you are, and then that just gets exhausting, because like if that's not who you are, now you're putting up a fake identity almost.
Yeah.
So it's important for everyone that's going in. You're good. You're good.
You good, bro.
You're good. Have a good one.
Have a good one.
That's what we're about here. We're volunteers. We're nice to everybody.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But for those going into college, for those that might already be here, you just got to be yourself, because first of all, that's how you find your people.
Mhm.
Like, if you weren't who you were and I wasn't who I was, we might not have been friends.
Facts.
Like, if you walked into that class that day and I was pretending to be some cool kid, whatever the fuck that means, then we might not have
That's what
been
I'm
friends.
saying. Exactly.
So, first of all, you got to be yourself to find your people.
Mhm.
And second of all, you got to do it for yourself.
Exactly.
Because then it's going to start taking a toll on you if you're not
Mhm.
being who you are. But that's what I got going in first few weeks.
No facts, but I have something to touch on that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Fourth day into my college career, I met some friends from back home that invited me to their dorm just to hang out, just to chill.
Yeah.
And it was cool at first, but then like, you know, everybody gets a lot like judgmental and stuff. So it's like I walked in there, dapped everybody up, we talked for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then as a man, like as a brown man, being of faith of something else that they don't believe in.
Yeah.
They judge like they judge like you're not part of them if you don't believe in what they believe in.
Right.
And half the time when you ask them what they believe in, they don't know how to answer that question.
Right.
But yeah, so like being of the Christian faith, being in a area like that, like I was going to dap someone up, and he saw what was on my chest, and he was like, "No, don't dap me up, bro."
Wow.
And then from right then, I walked out that room and I realized like I gotta, distance myself from that.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That's a crazy.
No facts.
I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I think what's interesting is you touched on like people being judgmental.
No facts.
And that doesn't just go with religion, but like with drinking and smoking. I haven't felt as much of it because I think a lot of what people say is true. Like the first couple weeks, everyone's trying to make friends, right?
Right.
So there isn't as much judgment as there was in high school if
100%.
you didn't do those things. But what you just said is interesting just because like you never think about the religious aspect of it. And that's just unfortunate that it has to be like that.
It is.
I don't think, from how I look at it, I don't think religion should ever hold you back from connecting with someone else
100%.
if you don't have similar views.
100%.
But what that dude did, like he just immediately like disregarded. Yeah, he turned you down, and just because of what you were wearing. Like
facts.
That doesn't make much sense. But
But
that's how
like,
it goes sometimes.
But it's all good. Like it wasn't affecting me that much.
Yeah.
I know how it be sometimes, but I still have met so many cool people. Like people are gonna be like that, but you never know what they're going through.
Yeah,
you never know. So it's like you're straight.
Yeah.
Like as long as you be yourself, that's my main thing. Be yourself, and everything else will come.
Yes.
With that.
And I think for some people it's interesting because if you look at college as a fresh start, it's interesting. Like some of those people are changing who they are going in. I think you shouldn't change who you are from high school to college. Like, don't change who you are just because you have a fresh start.
Right.
Like, you can use the fresh start to your advantage to not fuck up again, but don't change yourself just because no one knows you. Like,
facts.
Just be you. But let's continue on to something else. So we've been here for 3 weeks. One thing that we talked about earlier was, you have family here.
Yeah.
You grew up in Tennessee, in the state. But what's one thing that you've been missing the most about, like, we're on our own now?
Yeah.
So what's one thing you've missed the most, and what's one thing that you didn't get from home that you have here that you love the most?
Yeah, facts. No, but I'm a big family man. Like, I'm a big family man. It's been 4 weeks?
Yeah.
And I've already visited like 2-3 times.
Has it really been that much?
Yeah, it's crazy. And I'm going back tomorrow too. But
there you go.
I got events I gotta go to, which we'll get into later. But yeah, I'm just a big family man back home in Clarksville, Tennessee. That was I've been there my whole life. It's my home, my high school. Some of my high school years have been the best years of my life.
I agree with that.
Like all my boys from back then, and just everything that comes with back home is just it's amazing. And being here, it's only been 4 weeks, but I feel like I've been here forever.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it's been a minute. It feels like it's been a minute.
Yeah, but yeah, I just love back home. But but it's just amazing here. I love everything about it. Living on my own is something like I had to get used to.
Yeah, for sure.
You really are by yourself, depending on how far your family lives from wherever you go. You are by yourself. But you meet so many cool people. You do so many cool things. Like so many events. It's just beautiful. It's like it is a new start, but everything about it, I love it.
Okay, so you miss home the most, which makes sense, but you consider this like a second home.
Oh, 100%.
It's kind of sweet, isn't it? Because you now have two homes. With one is your new people and one is your old people, but both homes offer you like something different, which is super cool.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I'm not even close to home, so
yeah,
I really have to make this my home. Like,
Yeah.
there's no other option for me.
Yeah.
Obviously, when we go back for breaks, that'll be nice to
yeah.
catch up with the family and everything, but it's definitely weird. So the first few days here, I did not have a roommate. So I was literally on my own for like, let's see, probably 3 or 4 days without a roommate.
Really?
That was really weird to me because, you know, your roommate makes it feel a little bit more normal because there's someone there with you, but not having a roommate was weird because, you know, it's just me and my thoughts, basically. But I agree. I think missing home is probably the biggest thing. Do you have any pets, by the way? You have a dog,
I do.
right?
I have a dog. He's adorable. His name is Rocky. He's a golden retriever. Love that guy.
Right on.
But I did want to ask, being from Colorado,
absolutely,
coming to Tennessee, how do you feel, man? Like, that's crazy. Like,
it's nice.
Is it?
It's nice because, well, it's nice. It's different. It's mixed because everybody that I talk to is from somewhere different, which is sweet because I like the idea of meeting people from different places. But it's hard because you don't have anyone that you know. A lot of kids are coming in here with hometown friends that they know that they can kind of rely on if they don't have anybody else to go to. For me, it's like I'm really on my own. Like, I don't have anyone else from my high school going here. I have a couple Colorado kids that I know of, but it's not the same as having friends.
So were you the only one in your class that went to Tennessee?
I was the only kid in my high school that went to Tennessee, and I was supposed to go to Clemson, and I was the only kid in my class still that was going to Clemson.
Really?
So now which is crazy because you have a big ACC school, a big SEC school, and no kids were going there from my high school. So
that's insane.
It goes both ways. It's bittersweet. Like, I'm the only kid, so I'm the only one having this unique experience, but I don't have people to rely on. I don't have hometown friends that I'm experiencing it with. So from that standpoint, you feel more alone, but you feel more unique because you're literally the only kid that most people meet from Colorado. The one thing I must say though, dude, everyone thinks I'm high all the time.
Really?
Yes. Like when I'm walking through the dorm, or if I'm with the guys on my floor, they'll be like, "Dude, you look high all the time." And I don't know if that's the Colorado stereotype of like, weed is legalized down there, so people think that it's abused. But I'm not. My eyes might be a little red, but I'm not, baked all the time or ever. I don't smoke either, so that's one other thing. But other than that, it's cool being from Colorado. How's it going, man?
Good. I just realized y'all recording.
No, it's all good,
no worries.
bro.
No worries. We're doing a podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely. Are you just taking pictures out here?
Yeah, I work for communication and marketing.
Sweet.
Got you, bro.
So I'm just out looking for people enjoying nice weather.
Absolutely. You said marketing as well? Is there a possibility you could market this podcast for us?
I don't have the power to do that.
Okay. No worries. No worries.
You, bro. Appreciate you, man.
But yeah,
I may shoot some of y'all if y'all don't care.
No, go for
ahead.
So
Like,
y'all keep doing your thing, and I'll just be around.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Sounds good.
Thank you.
But yeah, that's a good question. Being from Colorado. What else do we have on the docket, by the way? Will you pull up the
I
list?
got you, bro.
Because I do want to talk about, we could go into fashion if you'd like. I think that'd be a good.
We got the first few weeks update, like the funniest moment that I've
had. Do you remember your answer to that?
I do. I have.
Go ahead.
So it actually happened yesterday. So
okay. Funniest moment on campus.
Funniest moment. So I went to Young Life last night.
Yeah.
And we were doing.
Talk to them about what that is.
Okay, so Young Life is basically, where everybody just hangs out, meets each other, has fun. It's Christian based, but it's a lot of fun. There's games, there's prizes, there's music. It's literally the best thing you can do.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
And I've been doing that since I was in high school. I was a Young Life leader and all that. But so we were at Young Life yesterday. and we were playing this game where there was a human buzzer, so he would run around, and like if you knew the trivia question, you have to run after him and get him.
Yeah.
So the first question, they chose me as their representative.
Okay.
So first question, boom. They asked the question, and we get to running, and everybody sat down, so nobody's in the way.
Yeah.
But then these two girls walk up with Starbucks out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And
you're running?
And I'm mid running formation, and like prime Khalil Mack down the line, I boom destroy. Oh my goodness, she's on the ground, and her Starbucks is spilled everywhere.
Oh no!
And like
dude.
I felt so bad.
That's
like I was
tragic.
trying to. Actually it's on the Young Life Quest story. Like somebody took a video of it and posted it, which is hilarious to me.
That's insane.
But I was trying to find the girl because I wanted to get her like a Starbucks gift card just for the troubles of embarrassment.
Yeah.
But like she did just get in my way out of nowhere, and it was an intense game. Like it was an intense game. So I thought it was funny.
Probably not in the moment, though.
It wasn't. I felt so bad because she felt so embarrassed. So I was just trying to like help her up.
Yeah,
and,
dude.
But like I knew she was feeling a certain way about it. But it's okay. But it was hilarious. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Like prime Aaron Donald
That's
down the
crazy.
line.
Yeah. You had that, quick vertical right there.
Exactly, quick vertical. And I had to stop what I was doing to make sure she was okay. So it was a sweet moment. It was a funny moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Dang, and I know because how many people were there?
Holy moly, there were so many people there. It was packed.
Oh, I'm surprised you weren't embarrassed.
Well, okay, I was a little bit embarrassed, but
she got in the way,
Yeah, it's like
she's in the path of destruction.
She was in like it was definitely like I'm not even saying this to back myself, but it was mostly her fault. I should have but I was mid sprint. It's hard to stop out of nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then she just pulled up out of nowhere.
Excuses.
But I was a little bit embarrassed, but
you felt bad for her.
I felt bad, and the way I acted after made it less of an embarrassing moment, more of a sweet moment.
Okay.
And more funny, like we laughed it off. I don't know if she laughed it off.
Yeah.
But
Okay, so do you know who this is? Like
no,
you got her name and everything? Or
I was looking for that girl. I low-key forgot what she looked like. It was like one of those moments where like
it just flashed. It flashed in your mind.
So and I followed the girl that posted it on Instagram. She titled it "Eventful Night at Young Life," and it was me, Khalil Mackin through the girl,
dude.
Which was like I did feel bad, but I was trying to find her, and I'm still trying to find her so I could like give her like a $25 Starbucks gift card just to make up for the embarrassment. But it was really funny. But yeah, that's
so is it kind of like a ring around the rosy type situation where you're running in a circle, or you're
okay?
So you got to paint the picture.
Yeah, I'm gonna paint the picture. So they had 12 squares for the 12 months, and if your birthday month, like I'm a June baby, so I was in the 6th square because that's the 6th month of the. So everybody from their own like birthdays, were in the different 12 different squares.
Okay.
So and the different birthdays chose one representative to like go get the buzzer man.
Okay.
And I was the representative for us. So, and he was just running around like anywhere. So it wasn't really a ring around the rosy. It's just like find the man.
Okay.
Get him.
I got you.
Type of question.
Yeah.
But it was a fun night nonetheless. But I do hope if the girl is somehow
if she
watching
sees
this,
it,
let me find me.
Hit Rishab up, man.
Find me.
He feels bad.
I do feel bad.
It reminds me of that one. Like, here's the analogy.
Mm-hmm.
You were like the boulder in Indiana Jones.
No, facts.
Coming down that hill, you know what I'm saying? Right. Just too much momentum.
Too much momentum.
You're not stopping that fucking rock if you try to.
No.
That's you coming down and boom, she pops right out. Well, it's like a bug getting crushed by the rock.
Literally a bug getting crushed by the windshield.
Insane.
Like
that's so
literally.
It's so tragic, bro.
It was bad. Everybody was like, "Ooh!" I was like, "Oh, come on!" Like
they had the reaction and everything.
Facts. There was a reaction, but there was 12 other people. Why would it be me, the one that had to run her over?
Right. The
because if it wasn't me, it was the person behind me, and if it wasn't me, it was the person in front of me. So it's like it was gonna happen either way.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, bro.
Yeah, but
wait, you said there was a group of 2 girls that walked in.
Yeah, 2 girls that walked in,
and one of them was
the friend just did this.
So the friend was like besides her, kind of closer.
Yeah, she was on the right, and the girl was with Starbucks, not paying attention. They didn't even know what was happening, and boom, 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 gone.
Man, you really went like this too.
Well, I like to say I did that, but I don't
Absolutely.
The videos I'll have to show you later.
I'm gonna need to see the video because with your permission, we pop it up.
Facts, we can pop the video up. Yeah,
which would be sweet.
Yeah,
but that's That is a good moment, bro.
That is a
I'm
great
glad
moment.
you had that to share
What's
with
your
us today.
funniest moment here?
Funniest moment, probably, it doesn't really involve me, but I don't know if any of you guys understand the rules of the bear game. So basically, if anyone, and this is like, if anyone farts or burps,
Okay.
and you call bear, like you have to call bear out loud. They're supposed to say no bear. So if I burp and I say no bear immediately after, you can't call me on it.
Okay.
But if I burp and I don't say anything and you say bear, then I have to get on the ground, no matter where we're at, and you gotta act like a bear.
a bear?
Yeah,
That's
in front of anybody,
hilarious.
bro. So we caught our boy in the dining hall.
Okay.
With a bear. So he I don't even know why, but like he grabs a few napkins because he doesn't want to be on the floor and whatnot. And then he just goes for it.
He just goes for it.
He's just
funny.
rocking that shit.
Bro, I wish I
on the floor. Pop the clip if I can edit it. But yeah, it was insane, dude. It's an ongoing game, so you can catch anyone at any time. But you're probably not gonna get that with people that don't know how to play.
Yeah.
But that was definitely one of the highlights. I haven't been caught like. I'll do it for fun. You know, I don't really care that if it's not in the dining hall, I'll do it for fun. But you know, if you get caught lacking in a public setting, it's bad looks.
It's bad.
It's really bad. You're losing so much aura.
So much aura is gone
aura's
already.
Gone. Yeah, man. I wonder if like, would you consider that collision? It's more embarrassing for her. Would you say? Did you say you lost aura on that?
I lost a lot of aura on that. There was a lot of
aura. But you still had like good speed. Like you were athletic.
No, it was an athletic move.
Athletic move. So I feel like you don't lose that much.
I didn't lose that much aura. It's just because how I acted after. If I would have been
What'd you do? You helped her up?
Yeah. I was trying to help her clean up and stuff. But she was too embarrassed to like acknowledge that I was doing that. She thought that I was in the wrong.
Yeah.
But like she just came out of nowhere. So I mean, it depends how you look at it. There's a video, so once we pop it up, you can be the judge of that. But like I was moving so fast.
Yeah.
I had to put on for my June squad.
Tunnel vision.
Yeah, facts.
So who ended up winning the race?
It wasn't us. It was
because you had to help her out.
Yeah, exactly. So it was November that one. So congrats to the November team.
Yeah. But like,
I mean, if she wasn't there respectfully, you already know.
Yeah, you were in front of the squad.
Yeah,
so
facts.
Dang, that is crazy, man.
It is. But
so can you go to Young Life if you are not Christian?
Yeah. 100%.
Just to have a good time?
100%. Yes, literally. You can go, and literally any Christian ministry here, they don't care what you are. They just want to see you. They just want to be with you. They just want to give you a home and give you a group of people to be around.
And do you think you found that?
Yeah.
That's good.
100%. And that's what I've been telling a lot of people back home, that I'm trying to just find a community. I'm trying to find connections. I'm trying to find, because like that's what it's about. Connections and community.
It is.
And just finding your circle, that's really important. It's not going to happen right away.
I still don't know if it's happened for us, right?
Exactly.
We need more time.
Yeah, definitely. It hasn't happened yet. So, but it will happen. That's what you got to understand. It won't happen right away, but it will happen.
Absolutely. So. I think the other thing is hard is I want to meet as many people as I can.
Yes, 100%.
But it just gets to a point where it's overwhelming. With 40,000 kids or 8,000 freshmen, you're not going to meet everybody. Like there has to be an understanding. Like you're not going to be able to meet everybody, even during your 4 years. You're not going to even come close to it.
Exactly.
And that kind of goes along with life in general. Like you're not going to be able to meet all the people that you want to meet. It either happens by chance or like you kind of pick people that you want to introduce yourself to and whatnot. But I don't know. Being someone that wants to meet everybody, it's hard to settle with the fact that you can't.
Yeah.
You can't talk to everybody.
We're literally in the same page like that.
You can't, even as much as I want to know everyone's story, I'm not going to be able to figure out what everyone's story is. But that's kind of the big school feeling. Have you felt like does it feel like a big school to you?
Funny story about this, the whole 38,000 people being here.
Yeah.
I literally see the people from back home every single day without a doubt. It's crazy.
Without communication.
Like it's insane. Like without setting it up in the first place.
Yeah.
And there's 40,000 people here, but I still see the same people every day, and I don't know how that works.
I find that interesting.
Maybe we had the same like class patterns or something like that.
Yeah.
But
absolutely,
that's insane. But other than that, it's huge. I went to a private school in high school, so it was like my senior class was like 70 max.
Yeah.
Then I came here.
70 people.
40,000.
70 people is insane, by the way. I've heard of maybe one number lower than that.
Really?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's low.
Wow. And you're seeing those people still, which is crazy, right?
Yeah. Some people just from my town, really.
Yeah.
Just not even if they have to be from the same school, but it's just so crazy how that works.
Yeah, it is weird.
Maybe it's because like my brain's just looking.
Well, you
kind of
pick up on the faces,
Exactly.
But
I think that might be it. But
still, to see them every day is kind of crazy.
It is.
One thing that I asked my sister yesterday, I have a younger sister. I asked her, like, from a high school perspective, what would you want to know? One thing that she was interested in knowing is how the studying differs based on from high school to college. What would you say for that question?
Studying, yeah,
because obviously we haven't had big exams yet,
exactly,
but
we haven't had too big of exams yet, and just classes wise, it's different. It's like it's all scattered throughout the day. Usually we are a 8 to 3 or a 7:45 to 3, whatever you are. But it's nothing like that. And honestly, depending on your schedule, it's a lot better. You have a lot more free time, but in that free time, you'll also have to study. There's a bunch of study centers. There's a bunch of utilities that they want you to use,
right?
And it would be to your benefit to utilize them.
Yeah.
But whatever works for you, really. Just being back in the dorm, just focused, music playing, doing whatever, and studying. As long as you get your work done, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a lot more work. I'll say that much. It's a lot more work than
you think it's a lot more work
than high school, depending on what your major is, depending on what classes you're taking. But honestly, I low-key like it more.
I like it way more. Well, it's just because in high school you have that 8 to 4 or 7 to 3, whatever it was. And let me just say this, for everyone in high school, you have way more free time here. Once you get to college, that's why everyone's like, you're going to love college. Like, you have way more free time. And that's a good and bad thing, because when you have more free time, that means you have more ways to get distracted. So when you're studying, like today, I think I did a solid job of it. Like in between my classes, I was doing work for another class. But you got to make sure your priorities are right. Because when you have all that free time, the studying has to come first.
Right.
You got to study first so that you have the free time later. But if you keep putting things off, then it becomes an issue. And we haven't even had a big exam yet, and that's my understanding of it is it's way better than high school because you have more free time, but the studying is way more.
Yeah.
Like did you have a lot of homework in high school? I personally didn't have
Not
that much.
no, I wouldn't even say we did. And really everything was super just simple, get it done.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's how I feel too. But with high school, it's like longer days, no homework. College is shorter days, way more homework.
Yeah.
So overall, I mean, it's probably the same amount of schoolwork, but the difference being you can do it on your own time.
Yeah.
And that's why it's better.
Yeah.
Because we're recording this. We could have done this in the middle of the day if we wanted.
Yeah, we could.
You might not have a class.
Exactly.
So that's the nice part about it.
My thing is they're training us to be an adult.
Yeah.
This is what it's going to be like.
What it's like. Yeah.
Living on your own, scheduling your own classes, dropping your own classes.
Yeah.
Doing everything by yourself.
Getting your own help.
Can sound scary, but like I said, there's a lot of things you can utilize.
Absolutely.
Like for me, I use my advisor a lot. Like whenever I have a question,
I'm locked in with that.
Yeah. I just either text her, like we're on first name basis, or I just go to her office and we discuss things.
Sweet.
But yeah, you just got to utilize what you got.
Yeah, I need to get involved with my advisor. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah,
that's a good tip though.
100%.
But I think we end where we start.
Yeah.
We got to end with fashion. So yesterday in geology, Rish was telling me about, he just mentioned briefly that he was into fashion.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, well, this is the perfect topic to end with. This is the big bucks. Like you got to tell the people about how you got into fashion, how the experience has been. We can go into that.
Okay, yeah, I can definitely. Fashion has been a part of my whole life. Like the social media industry, fashion, music, YouTube, being on stage in general has just been what I've been doing my whole life. And Like it started off with I was a dancer. I danced
Okay.
at big events. Like I danced at an event for the president.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was for the
What type
president.
of dancing was it?
It was hip hop.
Wow.
So it was
breakdancing, sort of?
It was
or?
like it was. I wouldn't even say breakdancing. It's just like hip hop in general. It was
Okay.
like me and a group got to fly out to Texas
Wow.
for one of the events for the president, and we got to be in the opening show.
That's amazing.
And I used to like travel to competitions in like New Jersey and everything.
Yeah.
But then as soon as like COVID hit, I kind of took a break off the whole dancing and stuff.
Mhm.
And that's kind of when I like drifted off into fashion. Like I love being on stage. No matter what I do, I love being on stage.
Mhm.
One of my dreams is to do music and perform on stage because I find
That
that
would be amazing.
That would be
Yeah.
amazing. But yeah, fashion. It kind of started about like 2021, not too long. My mom got into it too, so she has a lot of connections. She knows people.
Yeah.
Kind of backing off that, I got into pretty big opportunities to model in New York. Like New York Fashion Week is like one of the biggest fashion weeks in the world.
Yeah. Nationally known.
So
Worldwide.
yeah,
Honestly.
so it was a big opportunity for me. The first year, like this is my third year going back, so I'm just blessed. I'm just thankful. But the first year, I just thought it was like one of the biggest things I've ever done in my life. I had no idea what I was getting into really.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's beautiful. You get to show off people's hard work, like clothes, and you make a name for yourself.
Mhm.
And the feedback I got off like just people.
Yeah.
Off that, it was just beautiful. Like, being in the social media industry, it's like you try not to listen to everybody else's opinions,
Right.
but they do help if it's positive.
They do matter.
They do
to an
matter.
extent. Yeah.
But yeah, I've just been going on that runway ever since, and I keep getting invited back. This is my third year going to New York Fashion Week. I've been on the, like, you know where the red steps are in Times Square, that big old billboard behind it. I've been on that, and it's just beautiful. I'm just blessed to be in the position I am, and I'm trying to continue my career in the social media.
Mhm.
And like when you hit me up, told me you're into it, I was so down to do this podcast.
Yeah.
Because I mean that's what I want to do. I want to make a difference. I want to entertain people. I want to just I want to be there for people, like the people I look up to, KSI, Kai Cenat, all of them were there for me. Like even in my lowest moments, like I could watch.
You want to be the provider of, like, if someone's having a bad day, you're there to lift it up.
Exactly. And I want people to know that there's hope. Like there's hope in this life. Life is beautiful if you take it that way.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
And being that way is just it's what I love to do. I remember being 6 years old, coming back from school, getting on my iPad and watching YouTube until I couldn't watch YouTube no more. And I was like, I want to be there.
Yeah, everyone wants to be that person too, which is challenging because the competition's endless.
Yeah,
but
especially
it's
now,
possible.
And honestly, as long as you keep consistency.
Yeah,
consistency is key. Like nobody can tell. Like no matter what anybody says, nobody can stop you.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work in a week, it's not going to work in a week.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work in a month, it's not going to work in a month.
Yeah.
If it takes 4 or 5 years, oh well.
But you made it at that point.
You made it at that point.
Yeah.
And as long as you enjoy the process and you're happy with what you're doing, like that's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. And that's why I love what I do. Even though like I procrastinate a lot, like I should be doing more than I'm not, but I still enjoy like being able to just picture me being like in the big, like,
oh, it's fun.
And it's fun. And like I believe you can do it. I believe I can do it. Like as long as you believe in yourself, you carry yourself like how you want to be, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and you will make it. And I know consistency, we will make it too. So
yeah,
as long as we just don't listen to what people say, like even with the fashion stuff, I've always had haters just hate for no reason.
Yeah.
But I think it's so funny. Like they're just behind their phone typing. Like,
right. Exactly.
And it's like they say, because I told you my mom has connections. Like you're only there because your mother, blah blah blah. That, and bro, I'm the one walking on stage.
Yeah.
It's like it's all like I don't even listen to the hate.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny. But people are gonna hate on you. People are gonna say things. People are gonna deny you for who you are. People are gonna love you for who you are. It's just you got to keep enjoying what you're doing in life.
Absolutely.
And no matter if it's social media, being a lawyer, doing whatever you love to do, don't let anybody put you in a box.
No.
That's my thing. Like, I love social media, I love music, I love fashion. I want to make it in all three.
Absolutely.
And it's possible.
Yeah.
Like, shoot for the stars.
They're very
it
connected
sounds corny,
too.
but yeah.
Very connected,
Very
all
connected.
three of those. That's it's big because I have a lot of thoughts about everything you just said. But one thing is, you know, a lot of people get lost in social media, I think, because, and I've been there. It's not like I've had any crazy success, but
Right.
you want to be, everyone wants to be known.
Mm-hmm.
And with social media, like, you want to get more likes, you want to get more views.
I
But
think you've hit it
with
on
this
the nail.
podcast, like, if I did this episode 100 times over and 0 people watched it, at the end of the day, I still enjoyed doing this podcast. So if you have to love doing it, most of the people that make it loved doing it the whole time.
Process, yeah.
And the other thing too is, even like the advice that influencers will give you, most of the time, most of the advice I've heard is consistency.
Literally.
So the fact that you mentioned that too is just, it literally is the number one reason people make it, is because they consistently do it, no matter what the results are.
It literally takes one video.
It does.
It takes one clip.
It does. It's so true though.
And it's literally
and that's a beautiful thing, but also,
it's not, I wouldn't even say it's like a lottery, but it's just like, all you need is one.
Yeah.
And once you have that one, that's when you have to be consistent.
Yes,
because
that's very true.
You can't be like a one-hit wonder kind of thing. And that's just what comes with it. But honestly, as long as you enjoy the process of being whatever you want to be, and like you said, wanting to be known, that was like my biggest thing my whole life. People never understood me for what I believed in. People never understood like who I was as a person. And me trying to fit in, me trying to do this was just wanting to be known.
Yeah.
But wanting to be known can also be healthy. It can be healthy if you look at it in a perspective as wanting to make a difference, wanting to change people's lives, and which could honestly affect their whole life.
Right.
But if you're looking at it as like, I'm not fitting in and I can't be myself because I want to be someone else, then that's not healthy.
Okay.
But it can be both ways, and I just think it's beautiful that way.
If you want to be known for the right reasons, it's a good thing. But if you want to be known just for the clout,
clout chasers ain't gonna make it,
then you see a lot of that too. And it's hard because I want to be known.
No, facts.
I would love for people to like tap into this podcast and really enjoy it. However,
you know how good it is just to be able to walk around and people know you and want to be
that would be insane, right?
Oh my goodness, like, you're this and this, and I want to, can we get a picture? Like, that's like,
that's a dream.
That's a dream come true. Like, seeing people smile just off the impact you've made, that's huge. Bro. That's huge. And I feel like we can do that. You have to have the personality for it, really. And I feel like we both have the personality for it. And that just ties into like being yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. Everybody's special and unique in their own way. And as long as you just keep striving to be great, you're going to be great.
I don't think everyone is a entertainer.
Yeah.
But one thing that I think it would be a good point to end on too is the creators that I follow, at least the last a couple of them, they end their videos with really like positive messages.
Yeah.
And they've helped me realize that, you know, everyone says it all the time, but anything is possible.
Anything is
possible. So let's
possible.
say that you are the most introverted person in the world. You could become the most famous person in the world. It doesn't matter what your personality is. You can make it. It doesn't matter who you are. You already said that. I already said that. But that relates to just the idea of anything is possible within the realm of, like, we've talked a lot about social media. It can be with anything. If you want to be a doctor, whatever biggest aspirations you have to be a doctor can come true. It doesn't matter. Same with being a lawyer. Same with being an aerospace engineer. Like, that touches on all parts of life. But the things that we've touched on is, obviously it's possible, but there's things you have to do to get there.
Yeah,
and
honestly.
that looks different for every profession. Like being consistent, obviously that helps you in all walks of life.
Mm-hmm.
But to be successful in social media is different to being successful in the medical field.
Yeah.
But anything is possible
No,
is
facts.
basically the ending thing that I had.
And really, honestly, it's just no matter what you believe in, you just have to have faith.
I
You have
agree.
to have
That's
faith.
big.
Faith is a big thing. And like there's other people's like testimonies, like Jimmy Butler was a homeless man and now he's one of the greatest basketball players.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also about connections. Like one of the biggest influencers in the world right now, Kai Cenat,
Mm-hmm.
he just knew a couple people in their group AMP, and now he's one of the biggest influencers in the world.
Absolutely.
The biggest influencers in the world look to him, like, and he's on top of the world.
Yeah.
And he did it through knowing people. He did it through just being himself.
Yeah.
Like even when he did get hate, he didn't care. He just stood
It's
on
true.
business.
He just kept doing it.
He just kept doing it.
Just kept doing him too.
Yeah, and that's the only way you're gonna make it.
It's true.
If you try to be someone else, you're not gonna make it. And
Yeah.
it's just that simple. But honestly, yeah, like I was saying, just have faith in what you're building. Believe in yourself. Yeah,
Things will work out.
Faith is my biggest thing. You know
Absolutely. It's huge. And the one last thing too is you mentioned earlier it only takes one. And in social media, obviously that's true, but I just thought to myself, that's true for everything. Because it only does take one connection.
Mm-hmm.
It takes one opportunity. It takes one day to make it to where you want. But, you know, it could be that connection that gets you the internship that leads you to your dream job. It could be the one day that you meet a certain person that connects you with this person. Obviously, there's work that goes into that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't just blow up on day one, but you will blow up after just one clip or one connection. So it only takes one, but that's where the faith ties in.
And you gotta put yourself out there. You gotta be able to not have fear and go make that connection or go make that video that you have faith in blowing up. You gotta do it. You can't saying it is cool.
Don't sit on your ass.
Yeah, saying it is cool, but actions speak louder than words. So
I think that's a great place to end.
Facts.
Rish, thank you for hopping on the pod,
course,
man.
Bro. I love what you're doing.
I love what you're doing.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Spreading positivity.
Yeah. So I mean, for everyone who made it this far, obviously towards the end I felt like I was yapping a little bit. But
no, it's all good.
It was a pleasure to have you on.
Yes, sir.
First podcast here in Tennessee.
That's an honor, bro. It's an honor, bro.
First. This is ground point right now.
Yeah, ground.
So, you know, this concludes the first Granted episode at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville.
Well, Granted,
for everyone who tuned in, we appreciate you.
Sir.
And we will tap in with you next time. We Audi 5000. Peace out.